And finally, let's take a look at our star, little shiny star of this patch, Anivia, the Creo Phoenix. Benevolent winged spirit who endures endless cycles of life, death, and rebirth to protect the frail yard. Alright, so for Annie, I kinda did predict that. Not like predict, but I wished that she will be using some wildfire and disintegrations for free, but it didn't happen. I'm actually glad that it didn't happen. I'm glad that it is the way it is right now. For Anivia, well, I did take a look at this base deck, Feral Mystic, Bone Scryer. I was really surprised to see Bone Scryer. I was really confused and I hoped for better. Bulwark is Thrall Bulwark, great choice. This actually scales, I'm loving it. This one is probably a reason why we do not see Avalanche in Anivia's deck. I have no idea how it will be played, like deal 2 to all other units. So you want to play this into this. Otherwise you will most likely wait unless this guy has like tough or regeneration and this has another item which is regeneration or tough, right? This one I do predict with Overwhelm. This should be Challenger, I think. Harsh Winds, this is actually great to have champion signature spell in base deck. Because, well, devs usually did not think about how champion can be played in a situation where you have where you're undergeared and you're just struggling against your very first adventure. So Yasuo can just mill himself because his spell creates, well, copy of Yasuo in his deck, but you also drop one. Whereas in Spirit Blossom Ari deck and in Janna's deck you will just create more spells. So I'm curious to see. Wings of the Creo Phoenix, this one was like a little bit expected because of the name. And also you probably do want to see like something that synergizes with Slow and Steady, so I'm excited to see this card in play. Also, if you were on stream when we were doing Spirit Blossom Kindred 3 stars against Teemo 6 stars, this one carried me a lot. Clash of Giants, well, this one is interesting and unexpected to see. Honestly, this card once again synergizes with Slow and Steady, but it summons 2 random Titanic followers instead of like 2 Titanic followers from your regions, so it probably can go wrong. I would really love to see that this card creates Titanic followers from your regions. Especially considering that Anivia and Shadow Isles is such a signature combo. Like, it used to be pretty popular in the days, and this year I've been playing Mordekaiser and Anivia a lot. So Shadow Isles and Freljord is like, they are also 2 of my favorite regions. I definitely would have loved to see some changes to this card, but most likely will not happen. So let's actually take a look at champion level first. Feral Mystic has Frost Armor, +0/+1, I don't take damage from allied spells or skills. So it's a better tough, I would say. I do not take damage from allied spells or skills. Like this. So you play 2-drop into a 3-drop into this bad boy, probably. Bone Scryer has Studded Leather, +1/+1. 2-drop, 1/6. Well, I mean, this is just questionable for Formidable, but seems to be viable right now. Clash of Giants has Chalice of Harmony, wow. A level 6. By the way, rare case of actually having epic card in starter deck. Alright. Rare. Wow, so many rares. Holy. And epic card has epic upgrade. Well deserved. Crystalline Storm Raptor has Savage Shield. So 3/2 5-mana drop becomes 4/5, right? And it probably also means that Anivia is fairly weak because we have such huge upgrades early on. I mean, I would still try to do 2-star Anivia against Azir, Draven and Thresh, but we will see how it goes. Thrall Bulwark has Challenger, yeah, that was to be expected. This one was predicted to have Overwhelm. Deal 1 to all enemies and the enemy Nexus. So it's like a little Avalanche. Or rather a little Anivia spell. And it also is Elemental Skill, okay? Harsh Winds has Elixir of Skill. That's what I've been talking about. You create spell, you create Anivia in your deck, but you also draw one. So this creates a situation where you can just stall the game, but it will not bring you anything. Wings of Crew Phoenix has +1 spell damage. 7 mana, deal 4. Not sure about this one. Spiral Mystic has Great in Hand, random elemental spell. Well, right now this is actually interesting. I have no idea what it can give you, like what is the high roll, but it sounds really interesting. Thrall Bulwark has +1/+1 and that's it. Your level 27, your very last upgrade is just +1/+1 on your 3-drop. This is just underwhelming a little bit. Maybe not just a little bit. Well, alright, let's take a look at Constellation. I see star, superstar. 1, 2, 3. Mana flow, 4 stars, 6 stars, right? Oh, this is mana flow, okay. Oh, so this is crystallize. This is her W, kind of. So we have mana flow and we have crystallize, and everything that we have right here will be blocked for me because I do not use mana flow and 6 stars upgrades, right? I will not be able to get. This is fine. This is fine. This is well, this is a pity a little bit, but at least it's not blocked by 6 stars like it is in any. This is so much better. And this extra experience, well. Alright, I didn't have enough gemstones anyway. When you play an elemental spell or skill, gain temporary mana gem next round. That's what we just discussed like 4 days ago. Basically on Monday or Tuesday. So I am honestly surprised to see Anivia as a normal champion because, well, you're supposed to be playing around Enlightened, which means that considering that usually you want to win like within 5 rounds, if you get to 10 mana within 5 rounds, it feels like you're breaking the game. So it would be probably actually smarter to construct Anivia at a power level as Aurelion Sol, because, well, you're just basically breaking the rules of the game. I hope she will be alright. Like, she might be designed fairly weak early. Probably the same as Spirit Blossom Evelyn that just is really bad without 6-star upgrades. Glacial Overflow, +1 starting mana. If you're enlightened, when you would gain a mana gem, grant allies +1/+1 instead. Grant allies not everywhere, but on your board. This is alright. This is a pretty strong 2-star upgrade. So you can have some creatures that give you mana gem. You can have Wolf Raider. You can have some Shaman Stones that are like 0-4, give you mana gem. And also I do not know how this works, but usually a rule of the game is round start, gain 1 mana gem, right? And if you're at 10, no one actually knows if you're supposed to get mana gem or not. So probably this 2-star upgrade means that when you're at 10 mana, grant your allies on board +1/+1 at round start. It can be really good, and this is your powerhouse most likely. This one is temporary, and this is either 2 or permanent mana gem. Again, empty mana gem, yeah. Exactly what we've been talking about when you play an elemental skill or spell. So Annie and emotional support beer actually are Snorlax. Pretty good supports for Anivia, just because they're the early game, they do some elemental stuff, and they will definitely help you to get to mid-late game. Endurance, when ally survives damage granted +1/+1. Well, when you play Anivia, you definitely want to play Anivia and level her up, right? This is her signature thingy. And playing against Lissandra will be just terrible experience most likely if she rolls I am inevitable. That special rule is when any unit of enemy unit takes damage and survives, give it tough. If it already has tough, grant it +2/+2. So Anivia just gets countered by that rule completely. At least, if we play something like this and this, we will get something too. Like if we are supposed to do that spell, then we will have at least something for us too. And also Endurance is so good into 6-star Timo that was just immense 1 week ago. If only we could play Anivia, guaranteed Endurance would have been so much value on that adventure. Your support champions have Frost Armor +1 +0/+1. I don't take damage from ally spells or skills. This also could have been this one, right? Mini Glacial Storm. And also this could have been Elemental Studies. Actually, Elemental Studies probably would have been more interesting, but I guess you can find other creatures with Elemental Studies. And this is just... Frost Armor should be just better on a long run. Bone Scroyer has Regeneration Tough. This one, really? Deal 1 to me and grant me +2/+0? Holy. Well, you see, just because of this, you probably want something like Beast Within or Mass Overwhelm for Anivia, because you're scaling on board and you have extra stats. And Endurance gives you extra stats too. This is so interesting against Lissandra now. This one. This big boy is an interesting card now. And also, we definitely do not want Formidable. Crystallize, hold on. +1 revive, really? This could have been like +20 health plus regeneration, but +1 revive. Alright, at least revives now work in a way that they... Oh, this is it. At least revives now heal you to full. Back in my days, revives granted you just 50% of your max health, and it was just nothing. Alright, +10 Nexus health, +4 regen. And 6-star upgrade. When enemies attack, Frostbite the strongest attacker. Enemies with 0 power take double damage. I'm really curious to see how it goes in a fight, because as we can see, AI fighting against Speed Blossom Kindred kinda freaks out. I have no idea what happens in AI head. So AI usually use single combat into Spirit Blossom Kindred, although it most likely knows that it is just unkillable, and I don't know what's happening. And Crystallize, well, will enemy just not attack? Like, enemy is supposed to know that his strongest attacker will be frostbitten. So I have no idea what to expect. Because enemy will see that his attacker will be at 0 power and it will most likely die, right? Which means that we will trade on our terms, kind of like on enemy terms, but we'll have an upper hand. Well, Anivia will be most likely my first 6-star just because I used to play this champion for hundreds of hours and I will figure it out. Enemies with 0 power take double damage. If only we had something that frostbites enemy when we attack, right? So Anivia's Glacial Storm will do wonders. One thing that I see lacking right now is spell damage. Right? Elemental skill. Deal 2 to all enemies and enemy nexus. Glacial Storm. So this will deal 2, and there is nothing that improves it in her base deck. This gets improved by witnessing Glacial Storm, but that's it. So I'm a little bit worried that Anivia is not actually a main carry of this deck. Who knows? I definitely would like to see something like Beast Within, Icon of Valhir, probably. Emotional support beer, yeah, why not? Luden's Tempest might be a pretty good combo. Especially if we use something like Guardian Angel, because, well, once again, Anivia Shadow Isles is her signature combo of regions, and Mordekaiser and Anivia is a pretty interesting combo too. Frozen Tomb. Harmless Scarecrow, you know, this might be a pretty interesting combination of Harmless Scarecrow and Duplicator, so we will mill enemy faster, we will get something better than Beast Within. No subtype, no subtype, no subtype, no subtype, bird. And this is just random, so probably Harmless Scarecrow, Luden's Tempest, Duplicator is on the table, are on the table. Portal Pulse and Spire, well, I'm not sure about this one. I really do not like Frozen Tomb. It's a great epic relic, but against Deadly you will just summon creature during enemy attack, during enemy round too. So sometimes you just win before that, and the epic relic is just nothing. Gauntlets, of course, is that's pay to play, so we are not looking at that, but it should be really good. When I level up Raleigh, it might be calculated that this is a great relic for her. Who knows? Out. By the way, this must be a pretty good choice too. You will summon Anivia, you will scout to attack twice. You will just get faster enlightened, and it might actually make difference. Guardian Angel should be good on Anivia. Luden's Tempest. This is not elemental, so it doesn't really matter. This is not worth against Deadly. No, not really. Deal 2, deal 3 to all other units. This might be viable into certain encounters, because we have this body. I don't take damage from allied spells or skills, and I'm not sure if that is a skill spell or not. We will take a look. And also we'll have this frost armor. So we need to test this. Yeah, so right now it's hard to tell what are your best combinations of relics. But we definitely see different combinations, and that's the best part of it. Creativity will shine. Definitely looking forward to play her.